So this was your first musical for you. How did you find this experience?
You know, it was nerve-wracking. I think it was something I've always loved to do and have wanted to do, but faced with one of the biggest and most beloved musicals of all time, and you know, I think one of the composers in the world that has won the most Academy Awards, and I mean, I could go on forever. It was quite a daunting feat, and I was very happy to have Dan as my partner in all these new things I was trying, whether it be waltzing for 5 minutes or singing or whatever it was. So you know, daunting but challenging, but very rewarding and immensely enjoyable and joyful in the end. So yeah.
And what about for you, Dan?
Yeah, I think, you know, when I look back at some of the great movie musicals that I admired growing up, and the actors who worked in those, you know, they did it all, you know, singing and dancing and acting, and just the joy that comes through the screen when people fully engage with all of those elements of movie making is something that really appealed to me as an actor, and it's fun to get to grips with all those things. And yeah, it was an amazing team of people making all that magic come together.
Belle is a strong and independent character that is not understood from the rest of the village because she's different. Is that something that you feel relatable to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always difficult to go against the grain, and Belle does that, and I think it was what I found so inspiring about her when I watched her as a child was, you know, she had this sense of injustice and frustration and defiance that I felt, that I just was just like, I don't know, I think I just related to that energy somehow, even at that very early age. And she's kind of like the symbol of the feminine resistance, and it was just really special to get to play that.
And your character is very angry and frustrated at the beginning, but then he changes quite a lot during the course of the film. How was it like for you to impersonate such a variety of personalities?
Well, I suppose it is just that, the variety is what makes any role like that very engaging and exciting and delicious, really. And to have such an enormous arc through this story is you know, it's what makes Beast one of the great roles, really. And yes, to sort of address all the different elements of that character and the spectrum of masculinity and femininity, that's at play within him, and the way that Belle changes his attitude, his outlook, really. And so you have change coming from within, change coming from outside, and so yes, it's a fantastic spectrum that I get to enjoy.
So Belle and the Beast have their own harmony. They find their own harmony even if they are outside from the village. Could you tell me a bit about their relationship and the dynamic
Between Belle and her father?
No, and the Beast.
Oh, how they...
Yes.
Yeah. It's sort of lovely because they form a friendship, a very sort of tentative friendship first, and then from there their romance really blooms. But I love that they each teach each other something about the other one, and Beast unlocks for Belle a piece of her past and helps her to understand her past, and Belle does the same for him, and they make each other whole. It's a really lovely metaphor for how transformative and beautiful love can be. Yeah.
And do you think even if this fairy tale is pretty old, is still a story that is relevant to our modern times?
Yes, I think that's what makes classic fairy tales classic, really. That's what, you know, why they bear repeating, is that there are themes and messages in them that hold up throughout time and will continue to do for the next 200 years, I hope. And so there will be other retellings of this tale. I think, you know, when my kids are grown up, somebody else will come along with another spin on it, and that's why we do what we do. We carry these stories forward, you know, and so yeah, there's every generation there's new messages to be found in it, I think.
And what do you think?
Yeah, I think that I think for me that's what's really special about playing Belle, is that she is a symbol. She's an archetype. In a strange way, I play her, but she doesn't belong to me. Belle is every girl. If I play the part really well, there are these human qualities that hopefully boys and girls, will be able to relate to and see in themselves. So in this kind of beautiful way, she doesn't belong to me. She belongs to everyone. And it's special to play a role like that. Very special.
Great.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.